All right, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, and we are heading to the fitness facility for a leg day. More specifically, we're hitting quads today. Weird as hell. There's snow melting on the ground, and it's t-shirt weather. Out of nowhere. Welcome to Michigan, right? I've been dealing with a minor tweak in my lower body. More specifically, my right glute. Every day before I get into my sessions, I not only warm up my upper body, but I warm up my lower body as well. And I do a combination of different mobility, dynamic, and resistance band stretching before going into my sessions. And this can last anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes, depending on how thorough I want to be with my stretching and my warm-ups. Regardless, I was stretching my right hamstring, low to the ground, grabbing my right toe, and as I'm kind of tugging at my toe, it was a cold day here in Michigan, and you know, I'm tugging at my toe slightly, like I do this every day. I do this every day. I have a little bit of body language as I'm pulling it, and next thing I know, as I'm touching my toe, I feel a pop right where my hamstring connects to my glute. And I'm just like, what the hell did I just do to myself? So it kind of felt like a hamstring pull, but it's a bit higher up to where I think it's connective tissue between my hamstring and my glute. I took like a week off from lower body work just to see if it would kind of heal itself. And it's definitely improving, it's getting better. And there seem to be only a handful of different exercises that really bother this glute pull that I'm experiencing. So today, the plan for quads, a squat movement. Now, I've been staying away from barbell squats because by opening up my hips and sitting back in the squat position, I'm finding that very movement, come on camera, I find that when I sit back in the squat position and I get down in the pocket and I sit back more so to where my posterior gets more involved, it doesn't agree with me right now. So I've been avoiding barbell squats kind of entirely by fucking riding my ass. I'm finding that squat movements where I'm in a fixed position, like a Smith machine, or maybe even the pendulum squat, which was kind of what I was considering doing today. I find that being in the fixed position allows me to keep my hips forward, allows me to really focus on letting my knees go a bit further past my toes to activate my quads more. So I think that's the plan for today. Maybe a Smith machine squat or maybe a pendulum squat to start before going into a heavy leg press, where I've been focused much more on opening up in depth and really trying to get my quads fired up as much as possible during the leg press. I think I'm gonna load up the leg press today. I have no pain whatsoever. I have no irritation in my glute when I'm leg pressing. And from there, I plan on finalizing with a leg extension, a heavy leg extension, high intensity, less sets, overall lower volume today. And that's something that I'm still kind of experimenting with in terms of my lower body. So we're gonna play around. I'm gonna get a little bit of footage for you guys, and we'll see how this workout goes. I am finding that when I'm seated in a car like this for a prolonged period of time, by just sitting on this right ass cheek, this right glute, I feel it, like there's pain. There's a little bit of pain and pressure there. So I'm hoping that by avoiding certain exercises and just really reading into my body as it tells me, like, hey Zach, this doesn't agree with you. For example, my last hamstring workout, I avoided Romanian deadlifts entirely because I knew that movement was going to overstretch this glute pull that I have going on here. So you've got to be responsible. You've got to have a good relationship with your body to avoid injuries. And when you start to experience something that resembles that of an injury, or like a pull, or just an irritation, you gotta know when to back off. I'm trying to do just that and be an example for you guys. Regardless, I would like to enjoy the remainder of this drive to the gym. I've probably got about 15 minutes left, and I would like to play some 21 Savage, Grimes, or maybe even some Halsey to get me into the headspace for this leg workout. This angle is pissing me off. All right, I love you guys so much. It's your boy, Zeiler. Peace out, bye. Pendulum squats to start off this quad session. A very humbling piece of equipment, to say the least. I know there's a lot of different pendulum squats out there. This one specifically, I don't think I've went past 5 plates ever in my life. And 5 plates barely even fits on this machine. Regardless, today I maxed out at around 3 plates. Aiming for around 6 to 12 reps, ideally. I think I may have stuck to 8, if I remember correctly. I guess we'll find out in the footage. But, I took my time warming up properly. I took my time making sure that my hamstring and my glutes are fired up before even getting into these sets. So keep that in mind. And even watching the footage, as I go up in weight, especially my beginning warm-in 2 sets, I can be quite quick with my movement. Definitely not as controlled or slow or anything. You can see I'm sitting in the pocket here just to get my quads to stretch to their full potential. However, this here is my working set, a low volume leg day. And if you guys know me, you can go back to leg workouts from 10 plus years ago. Just as my upper body, I'm a big volume guy. And for my lower body, it's no different from my upper. I can handle a lot of volume in my workouts. I can do 30 plus sets, of heavy movements and still afford to start the workout over if I really wanted to. I just have really inhuman endurance in the gym from the various training styles that I have become acquainted with over the years. And I'm just trying something different. With my lower body, I want to see how it responds to lower volume, higher intensity, limiting yourself with your sets so that you ultimately give more to your top sets. I'm just experimenting. And I've got to admit, I'm out of the gym much faster. On my lower body days, I'm only in the gym for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours versus like 3 hours like I typically would be. And when I leave the gym, I sometimes feel like I haven't done enough. I try to get a pump to the best of my ability. And it's something that's a bit frustrating because I really like to pound away at a muscle group when I train them. And especially breaking up my 2 leg days that I have per week and having a quad focus day and then a hamstring and glute focus day. It's easy to feel like you haven't done enough because I'm acquainted with walking out of the gym, feeling battle damaged. So I'm still kind of getting used to this lower volume. Here we are on the leg press where I'm really focused on getting that quad stretch, really bringing my knees close to my chest. And I have to admit my flexibility has been improving because in the past, bringing my knees to my chest, it's always felt like I'm going to have a hernia, like my stomach's going to explode, or that like my range of motion is, going to give me an injury of some sort. But I'm getting more flexible. I'm finding that my mobility is improving on something like the leg press. I think that I'm absolutely reaching depth with each rep. There are some reps that I'm noticing watching the footage now where I'm going a bit deeper than previous reps, but that was my top set, I think that I would like to start introducing different forms of intensity, such as maybe some drop sets. For example, on that leg press, I could have done a really big drop set, which, it can be kind of difficult when you're doing a leg press alone and without spotters there. But I could also do things like rest pauses or supersets depending. But on this day, guys, I'm just giving it to you, the raw footage. Following the leg press, I went into my heavy leg extensions where, again, I'm just focused on my quads moving the weight, man. I've got really awkward ass long legs. And it can be hard. It can be difficult to connect with a muscle when you're dealing with such long limbs. But it's something that I'm going to battle with. And here we are on our set with, 8 plates or something like that. Where again, I'm just focused on my quads contracting. In order to move the weight, I have a bit of dynamic rhythm about me. Like, I'm really trying to control the weight to the best of my ability. I'm not just throwing it the fuck around or anything like that. And after that top set, I did do one final set where I backed off on the weight and I focused more on control. So that's really it. Like, not a lot to talk about. Part of me wanted to do lunges, but I didn't want to fire up my glute any more than I had to, so that's really it for the workout, guys. Thank you very much for watching. It's your boy. Until next time, peace out, bye.